All right, good morning, folks. Make sure my chart is correctly set up. Yeah, that's all right. Put on the bottom NFI real quick. All right. You're. Yeah. Are you? Nah, bro. Nah, not really. Yeah, not at all. Thing is still going. It's back to. It's back to where I exit. It literally is back to where I exit. Yo, you think I should just go ahead and market order 20 minutes right now? Risk the profits for. I mean, it's literally the same thing, is it not? It's literally the same thing. It's unrealized gains, no? If you think about it. No, it's the same thing though. I started the day with 3K. I would go back to 3K. It doesn't matter, right? You know, yo, that's not good financial advice. Ah, dang. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's if when you go live, there's nothing different. You got the experts, right? Yeah, they only well, If all of them qualify at once, yes. If they don't all qualify at once, no. They would only give you one. So as long as all of them qualify right now, all at once, and yeah. You would have had to withdrawn already like 25K. I think that's when they make you go live on the experts. Well, it depends on the size, but yeah, I mean, you should be. They for sure will force you to go live. Yeah, I mean, if you go live, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't change anything. In fact, you're gonna be able to get daily withdrawals when you go live. So you get static drawdown. Oh, well, I don't know how much profit you got in there, bro. if you got hello profit, I mean, you just have to talk to their rep to see if that balance gets transferred over. From what I understood, well, for the starters, you have to forfeit any profit above your target. But for experts, I think some of it gets some of it gets translated up to a certain amount of dollars depending on the account size, I believe. But I might be wrong about that, man. I don't use the experts. So I don't know. Nah, Quadrados, this is not a private live at all. This is a free trade ideas live stream. Yo, I'm thinking of just taking the long, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. 580.75. I'm just gonna. Nah. Nah. It's a breaker. It's a breaker if you think about it. Bro, close your eyes. Look at it sideways. It's definitely a breaker. Bro, I'm telling you, it's a breaker. Yeah. Let me see. Nah, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna risk it for the biscuit. That's it. Yeah, what's up, Alex? My wife comes in and whispers, "Don't take it. Don't rush into the day." She's over here whispering in my ear. Yo, actually, if I actually give her signals and then she did the management, we definitely would have millions by now. Like, no doubt. I give the best signals and then I used to give the worst management. It was just really crazy. Oh, I forgot to start sharing my screen. You can share your screen. All right. I'm in, baby. Nah, I'm just kidding. I do have a breaker there, so I'm just gonna get tagged on the breaker because it's a valid trade. It's a valid trade. Just close your eyes, and it's a valid trade. See, there you go. You know what though? Nah, this low's about to get swept again. 631 is about to get swept again. I'm almost sure. Yeah, it's the first. Let's see. You said not bad advice. Yeah, for sure. It wasn't bad advice. Yo, GC looking kind of thick though. Bro, you have hella stuff on GC. I don't know what you're talking about. Wait, what? Yeah, just put the continue as always. Nah, GC is not looking good though. It's not. There's no trades on GC for today. Unfortunately for me. Oh yeah, is there news today? Completely Charlene. That low is gonna get swept, like for sure. Like for sure that low is gonna get taken again. Yeah, we're gonna have a deeper retracement. Once that low gets taken, I'll take the long after that, to the upside. I'm just on Discord with my with my friend, so we're chatting, and I was just trolling with him. Yo, Tenny, you should tune into my free YouTube course. You might learn a thing or two on how to swing to Asia. Well, you wouldn't have to trade the 3 sessions if you just took it overnight and held it. just leave your PC on, live stream that, and people are gonna know what trade is gonna work out. How long are you gonna be on? Oh, okay. The 8:30 is news. Okay. All right. Oh, you want to be on that news trade? I got you. I gotta teach you, bro. I gotta get the course. $3.99. $3.99. Well, Jade has home core advantage. Yeah, this guy is crazy. That's why the Discord got to stay private. Can't go public with this type of people in it. Yeah, please. I need my 20 micros to go higher, please.
You say you're gonna get chopped up and spit out? Daddy?
Yeah, don't let your wife walk in when I'm talking like that. They YouTube definitely gonna think I'm weird as hell for doing that because they got no context. They don't know who I'm talking to. So it just looks like I'm talking to myself with a voice changer saying daddy. This is short. There's no short here for me. Just flat. Just waiting. I haven't done the pre-market analysis. I've been awake since like I already know what's going on the chart. So let me just do the chart review to catch you guys up to speed on what I am looking for. So following yesterday on the 5-minute real quick. So following yesterday's price action here, we had this breaker, which was a bullet 2 of a sweepable. You see how it says bullet 2 right there. And we created this rather big breaker here and didn't retap it. We left it and just left it open. We then work ourselves all the way back down into it. And then once we work ourselves back down into it, I took a retest right here. I almost bottom ticked it, which you can see my execution. Let me make sure it's on OBS. Yeah, it is on OBS. You can see. I'm gonna zoom in a real high. 945, 75. 9. Oh, sorry, not 945. 495. 495. 75. So my entry was right here. Give or take. And then my stop was on the low. And then my take profit was actually going to be on this alarm, which was right at 6R. That's how much I needed for this account to get done. But we didn't really quite get there. So I went ahead and exit right at 4R, give or take, which was, I want to say, yeah, right around here is where I exit. So when we're coming back down, I exit right there. We're still delivering this breaker. Like, this breaker doesn't have to get violated necessarily. Oh, sorry, not that breaker. This breaker doesn't have to necessarily get violated. I'm still looking for 4 standard deviations, which is going to be up here. But before we get there, I definitely do believe this low is going to get swept one more time. Once that low gets swept one more time, then I can look for longs, because on the 15-minute, go in zoom in here real quick. So on the 15-minute, we have CISD here on this high, right? High, low, high, giving us the 5-minute sweepable. This would have been sweep number 1 on the 15-minute. And then we're going to get sweep number 2 below that. And that would be not my entry. And the reason why I say 2 bullets is because this is already a bullet here. But it's a little bit of a thicker bullet for the volume that we're in. Like, this is pre-market volume. So I'm waiting for it to get swept one more time. Once it gets swept, I'll go ahead and take the second long. More likely than not. I mean, maybe not. It just depends, obviously, what happens after that. But more likely than not, I'll be taking that second long. Yo, what's up, Charlie? So we can delete this. We can delete this. Oh, actually, well, no, let's go over this real quick. So on today's class, I dropped when to pivot and extra information on the breakers. So like just extra little details on what makes something high probability or lower probability. And one of the things on the pivots is how many stop outs before it actually fully turns around. So for example, here, we're following price action on the 5-minute once it was going up. He made this 5-minute sweepable. He swept it. He did create a small breaker here and he failed it here. He then did create a small breaker here on the 1-minute. And that 1-minute breaker didn't fail till here. So it already used 2 bullets on the 5-minute. So that's why I'm waiting for price to then go down lower to a 15-minute sweepable and make sense on the 15-minute. If it makes sense on the 15-minute, then I can go back to being bullish, right? But until it makes sense on the 15-minute, I have to stay on the bearish side. So I know shorts will keep working until the 15-minute is right to then go up higher. If it doesn't become right to go up higher on the 15-minute, it just won't go up higher. And it will just end up taking the low of this breaker as well as the low of the breaker from yesterday's lunch session. So yeah, that's basically how I determine my bias. Like I just look at which side has been winning, which side just lost twice, and then I attach myself to that side. And then once I want to pivot, it either has to be because standard deviations were met by one side or the other, and it lines up with a higher time frame idea that will trump the lower time frame. So the 15-minute will always trump the 5-minute for me. The 5-minute will always trump the 1-minute for me. The 1 hour will always trump the 5-minute and 15-minute for me, and so on. The higher the time frame, the better it is. Yo, what's up, Lucian? No, wait. Don't take long 19470. What? No, wait. Don't take long 19470 sell side. Bro, what are you talking about, Charlie? Look at my screen. I already took that long. I already won that trade. From here to here. Maybe the what's it called? The stream is delayed. Is this stream delayed for you guys? Like hella delayed or something? Because I've had a few instances where people just say stuff that I talked about like a while back, and then they post it afterwards, like way after. So can anybody confirm that the stream is not super delay? He's saying there are stops at 19470 to sweep. Yeah, no, I know, I agree with that, Alex. It's just I already took that trade. I'm not saying oh, hold on. Oh man. Yeah, great on fire. It is probably a slightly late, 30 seconds or so. How do you catch long? Okay, so it's a 20 to 30 seconds. I thought it was going to be almost real time because I have the lowest latency possible that YouTube provides. Let me double check. Live commentary. Yeah, according to this, it's supposed to be. Oh no, the latency is normal. Okay. For the next live, I'll do ultra low latency. So everything is like literally real time. To what it's supposed to be. But he say he sharded. I know you took the loan, but maybe he got confused by option long draw and a trader, so he doesn't. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, either way, like I don't mind Charlie putting his input on the chart. Like everybody can be, you know, can't say what they're looking for. It doesn't change what I'm gonna do, but I do appreciate the feedback. I was just confused. I was like, man, I must have hell of a delay. Maybe I'm doing something wrong with my settings. I wonder if I could pause the stream and then remake it go live to change it to ultra latency. Ultra low. Let me double check. Let me see that. Oh, never mind. No, I can't do it. I can't do it while I'm live, unfortunately. So there will always be a 30-second latency from whenever you guys chat something to when I reply. What's my plan, Noah? My plan is for this low to get ran. For this low to get ran, so then I can take another long. This fib is just here for a placeholder. I'm not actually taking this. It's just that this is just the fib tool that I use to enter my positions. So it sizes things for me automatically, as you can. Well, no, you guys can't see the contracts, but my contracts change the, more open and so on. So I just have it as a placeholder somewhere random until I actually need to enter something. It's okay. So I'm actually okay. Yeah, I just like to do zero delay if I can, like the ultra latency, because it's almost instant. So it's a little bit better for chatting. Personally, that's just how I feel. Like when I go on a live stream from a YouTuber and they have that ultra latency, it just feels better because like literally they I type, they talk immediately. I type, they talk immediately. So I just like it better. Sorry, maybe I missed it. Do you already explain how to take the 23? Yes, I did, Lucian. I can go over it again though. I can go over again. But yeah, so my plan is, I guess I should type it out. So looking for long to finish 1970-50 projections from yesterday. That's my my bias or my idea as of now. Could be totally wrong, so that's why I'm flat and I'm not really rushing to get into any positions right now. Bro, please, you're on speaker. My whole house listening to you. All right, Jay. It's time for them to find out you're a weirdo who trades. I mean, you're already cooked, buddy. Oh, Jay wants that loving. He wants me to send him an audio with that. Yo, I got a few soundboard clips on for my stream now, Tenny. Do you know any funny ones I can add? Like any sound clips that are funny? Nah. Ask your kids. I'm sure they know some. Servers row. I'll rewatch the stream if you already explained. Yeah, it's not a big deal. So yesterday's trade, which I think you were here on the live already. This trade was valid per model, right? It was bullet number 2, and I was supposed to be in this trade, but unfortunately, go here, let me zoom in. Bullet number 2 gets swept. We didn't have the CISD, but it never comes back to retap, right? So as price is coming down during Asia, I'm already thinking, cool, we're gonna go long. This area is also a 15-minute busy that I could potentially look for, but I don't want to enter the busy because it's quite far away from the low, personally. So I'm thinking busy number 1. There you go here. Good, zoom in. Where's it? Yeah. Oh no, sorry, it was the 5-minute, that one that I was fading. Yeah, it was the 5-minute. Okay. So on the 5-minute, I'm thinking this 5-minute is gonna get faded right here, but it's actually gonna hold the 15. So and the reason why, by the way, is because from the sweep, which is this candle, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles until it creates the BC. So I'm thinking this is gonna get swept, but this might hold. So I put my limit order pretty much right here, and yeah, I get tagged in by no, I put my order like right here, and I get tagged in by a little bit, and then price takes off, and yeah, it's just a retest on what was already happening, right? I'm looking for the deliverance of this, so I'm just taking a retest on this breaker in a place where I know that it will very likely hold. So yeah, I just took it, went to sleep, woke up, and we were like around here. And then for management, I closed it right around here at 4R. I won a 6R. This was my actual full profit, so I could pass the account. But yeah, I just closed it at 4R because I knew that it was going to deeply retrace. And the reason why I knew it was going to deeply retrace is something you're going to learn on today's lesson that I uploaded, explaining how to pivot and when to know basically you're going to have like deep retracements. So here, it's a 5-minute sweepable. Gets swept one time. There is a 1-minute breaker here that was valid, which failed because it got swept again. And so that means that this is bullet number 2. So if this is bullet number 2 and there is a long here that is also valid, if this gets stopped out here on this low, then it means that likely the sell side is going to win for at least long enough. I need to check my 1 minute. Hold on. This is valid. Hold up. Not bad. Not bad. I'm waiting 30 seconds for this to close. I hate breakers for one candle, but it's actually valid. All right. 5, 4, 5, 50. 5, 4, 5, 50. Stop at 534. 534. All right. All right, bet. Cool. All right, so it's gonna be back out. Yeah, so I know if that gets sucked out, then it's gonna be bearish for at least some time. Now, here, it swept the 15-minute sweepable, which would typically mean I can long out of that, right? But it's the first bullet, and the breaker is quite thick relative to the size of the chart and what's going on. So the context for me is that it's not very likely to actually deliver this. It's very likely to just take this one more time, let it be bullet number 2, which it is right here. Oops. Didn't mean to leave that open. All right, so bullet number 2, which is here. Oops. B2. And so now the sweep, this is a breaker. Low, high, low, and then higher, high, making a breaker. This blue candle will be your breaker block. So yeah. Yo, anybody take that one candle breaker? Yeah, it's a breaker. Nah, he TP. He was on a sell. That's an exit, bro. He thought Buddy caught literally the bottom tick. He did bottom exit though. I need exactly 2K to pass this. Let's go. You might be. I mean, don't do that too long. You might lose. Nah, I mean this is a dookie breaker, but it is bullet number 2. So hell no, that's ain't no way. Nah, ain't no way. I just cleared 10R yesterday. What are you talking about? Don't do that to me. Can I show my chart colors? My one hurts. Yours hurts. Yeah, it's just like a solid gray. Like a solid gray with like a hint of blue, I believe. And then for the up candles is like a cyan. How do I do that? It's like a cyan type thing. The red is like a slightly, like a little bit of white to the red, just kind of bit. It's like a salmon, but it's like a deep red salmon type of color. And then the wicks are the like a light gray. It's not, well, you can pretty much use this, to be honest. It's just like slightly different than that. So yeah, what I do. Yo, I just need me like 30 points. You can share the code clicking on plus icon, which are custom colors, so difficult to find the code. If you just take a screenshot, you should be able to get the code. I don't know what the code would be. Oh, there it goes. Oh. All right. So since this failed, here for me for bullet 2, I'm pretty much expecting all of this to get taken now. Like I'm a lot more confident of this whole thing just failing. So I'm gonna be trying to find my way into a short. I think longs are dead. Officially, longs are dead for me as of right now. So we'll be switching bias. Looking to find short if presented. If presented with a valid order. Yeah, so that was bullet 1. This would be bullet 2. It's not bullet 2 for me because obviously didn't take bullet 1. But yeah, so now I can switch bias because 5-minute fails, right? 15-minute fails. The only thing I would hold is the hourly, but then the hourly would give me a long time to then prove itself to be bullish. So yeah, pretty much don't have to worry about it. I think this gets taken, this gets taken. This doesn't have to get taken necessarily. This can hold for sure. We can drop into the busy. Finally, we missed it by like a hair yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Oh, no, actually here. We missed this 1 hour busy, which was valid. So we got a lot of room to the downside. So I'll be looking to pivot. Yeah, no. Nah. Well, maybe it doesn't have to necessarily take previous A low, but at the very least get really deep into it. Because to me, for my model, the 5-minute already felt 2 bullets. 15-minute just felt 2 bullets as well, which means that I'm basically short biased now completely. So I'm looking for a sweepable to be bearish and to short off that. And I'm pretty sure that's going to deliver. And if it delivers, it's going to take at least lunch low from yesterday. Like at the very least. Yeah. And at that point, if we're there, like it can definitely go lower. So yes, previous day low, it's a 15-minute candle 1 BC, which is valid. But I would basically have to do a play from that area if I wanted to get long. So at that point, like, I guess I could pivot again, but for now, I'm just going to be bearish till then. I'm pretty sure I can find a good trade. I like previous week. What is EQ? PWEQ. Previous week. I don't know what the EQ is. Should probably clean this up too. I got hella stuff on here. Let me get rid of all the junk that doesn't need to be on here. All of that. Get rid of yeah, most of that. Get rid of that. Equilibrium. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh man, getting tired. So long. Be right back. I'm gonna see if I can get some coffee. All right, I've returned. What is CISD? Change in state of delivery, or microstructure shift, or break of structure, whatever people want to call it. Mm. Yeah, there's not much. There's not much to say. I'm just waiting for a sweepable to appear. So the only sweepable so far, it's up here, which I definitely wouldn't want that to be the sweep. If we get up there, it's gonna be a loser. So yeah, nothing to do there. And as far as the 5-minute goes, the only close that would create a new CISD would be here. So I would have to have a close there, then create a high, then run that high to then drop lower. So 8:30 is coming up, news coming up. So we'll see what happens. I'm not gonna enter anything else prior to 8:30 just because of news. They call you crazy till they call you a genius. Nah, don't backtrack. Nah, don't backtrack. All right, so oh, my bad. Didn't mute myself on Discord. No, I didn't. There's no traits for the short, unfortunately for me. There was no sweeps. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get my leg later. All right, so yeah, so like I said, 2 bullets, right, on the 5-minute fail, 2 bullets on the 15, and then boom, we just crash all the way through. So whenever you have 2 bullets on the 5-minute fail, you can pivot to shorts. There just wasn't a short for me to pivot into. The breaker, yeah, the earliest breaker I could have pivoted into was here, high, low, higher, high, lower, low here. But then there's no sweepable here to work with. So because of that, there was no short for me to really work with to get off of that. 15-minute doesn't have a short either. So yeah, it just wasn't a move I could be a part of, unfortunately. It just is what it is. Yo, what's up, Wizzy? I see we took the same out. Yeah, I took the same. I mean, honestly, not surprised there at all. I mean, it was a super dookie breaker. It's a 1 candle breaker. He made the high and the low. So like, I mean, it was a terrible break, but it was the second bullet. So that's why I wasn't fading it. And now I'm obviously short biased. So I'm just waiting for a sweepable to show up so I can get attached to the short side. Yeah, we got to kick out AM Trader, bro. I don't know where you brought this guy from, but we got to kick this guy out the Discord. Like, this guy is crazy unhinged. We got to get him out of here, bro. Bro, come on. That's not a surprise. You're the only one shocked right now. The rest of the Discord know I was going to cook. Yeah, we both flat. What you talking about? I'm up. I'm up 3. Yeah, I'm up 3K today. What are you talking about, man? Yeah, come on now. You and Mario. It was second bullet was in my mind as well. Okay, nice. Nice, Wizzy. Yeah, so same mindset, same mindset. Second bullet of the 15. That's really why I took it. I was on this long originally. I don't know if you checked the chat yet, but yeah, I got on this long like around here. Yesterday, 11 o'clock at night. Held it to right here. Closed. The reason why I closed is because bullet 1 on the 5, bullet 2 on the 5. It retraced. Was coming back down. So I went ahead and closed. I had trailed my stop up here. On bullet 2, I turned my stop up here. If it took that low, I knew it was cooked. But I went ahead and closed it here when it was coming back down because I already knew it was going to take the low. But I should have done, honestly, well, never mind. I won't talk about it, but, you know, I could have done a lower time frame entry. Long story short, to catch this. You know what I'm talking about. Well, yeah, you know what I'm talking about when I said that. So, yeah. That's when the lower time frame Wheezy entries are really good. Whenever one side fails twice, and then the other side has to like go that way, it's money. It's money, man. You get a couple times that yeah, it won't go, but when it does, it's like huge gains. I mean, previous day low. I said that. They said I was on drugs. They said I was high. We're next to it now. Yeah, so if this gets taken here, technically speaking, you could still get another long out of this area because bullet 2 is here. Bullet 2 did deliver to 4 standard deviations, so that would be a fresh bullet 2 if we get below it. But I don't really know that I would want to buy against this, to be very honest. So I'm definitely just going to be leaning towards the shorts until shorts fell twice. Once shorts fell twice, then I'll get long. But well, there's really nothing to short anyways, but you know what I mean. All right, so we're back on the best weekly stream. Just gonna go ahead and self-plug real quick. Go on to YouTube, leave a like, mute the stream, and just let it run in the background. I can get that algo. So I can get the algo to go ahead and hype me up. We got 30 people in here. Easy algo pump real quick, guys. Appreciate it. Can you dislike? Only if you hate me. But I don't really know why you would hate DBB. I don't think we ever talked before, DBB. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I will talk about the chart real quick and why I'm flipping my buys and why I knew like these lows were cooked and all that good stuff. So starting off from yesterday, we had the long that I took originally from yesterday AM. I took this long. I wrote it to 4 standard deviations, TP on that. The reason why I took that long is because we had a 50-minute sweepable for my model. Bullet 1, he was here. So there was a 1-minute breaker that was valid. I faded that. I knew that wasn't going to be it. Price then drops lower. And this would be bullet 2 here. So that did deliver. It created the breaker. And yeah, we got the pump, right? Now on the 5-minute, we had a 5-minute sweepable, I want to say here. Somewhere around here. I wiped out my chart. But it was either this low or this low. No, it was this low. Sorry. It was this low. So bullet 1 was here. So once that gets swept, which it got swept here, that was going to be bullet 2. And so it was a valid per model. We created a 1-minute breaker out of that. And so I was following those projections this morning. I took the retest of that here over the night session. Let me put the screenshot up so you guys can see. I know some of you guys were not here for London in Asia. Here you go. So yeah, this is where I enter. This is my exit this morning. It's a little bit over 4R that I received from that. And now the reason why I flip bias is because in the morning we have this as a sweepable per my model. There is a tiny 1-minute breaker here that gets stopped out. And then there's a second 1-minute breaker here. Now I trail my stop here in the morning. Price then goes up higher and it did not take the high. That's not a good sign. What I wanted to see was that high to be taken so that there was no possible nearby breaker anymore that had was already in place, but the 1-minute already had a 1-minute breaker. So at that point, I have to consider the downside. And I close my trade right around here. The low gets taken, which means bullet 2, which is here on the 1-minute time frame. This thing is bullet 2. That's what I consider bullet 2 because it's the second breaker. So that's bullet 1 was here. And then bullet 2 is here. So now that both bullets fail on the 5-minute, I have to consider that the downside is going to be basically the dominant side. When I lose 2 bullets, either I'm wrong or the market is not going to go the way I expect it to until it takes a higher time frame sweepable. So I was looking really to get short, but unfortunately there was really nothing to short out of. And we had a 50-minute sweepable. I didn't take that. That was a fade for me. I wanted it to be bullet 2 for me to really take a second long on the 50-minute sweepable. And so I waited for this. And this was a dookie breaker, but it is bullet 2. So because it's a bullet 2, I usually tend not to fade bullet 2s, even though this was like extremely dookie. I still won't fade it. So once that gets taken out, now I failed. Now the chart has failed a 5-minute twice and a 50-minute twice. That automatically means anything below it was going to fail. So this is going to fail for sure. This is going to fail for sure because this is going to be liquidity because this play comes out of this play, right? And so what you're following up is like a staircase. These plays are coming out from here, but these plays are coming out from here. This play is coming out from this busy right here. And so if this fails up here, then it can just staircase down. And so that means that this fails, that fails, and then potentially this is going to fail. It does not have to go lower than this. This is a valid busy per model as well. So it doesn't have to go lower than this, but we have news. So I'm not going to touch this regardless. And I'm just going to let it shake out. You can clear the structure and this can hold because this is an individual trade and this busy is also individual. But what I'm thinking is it's probably going to take this low, and we're if it takes that low, then we're going to go down onto this 4-hour sweepable on the longer term for the next day or two. And then after that, we can switch back to being buyers. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. We'll see what happens. We'll see if stays true or not. But yeah. Give you like a like, big dog. Thank you, Brett. Go for the open. Stay safe. Appreciate it. Yeah, we see that. Nice absorption. Facts. All right, there goes previous day low, like I talked about. Unfortunately, there just wasn't an entry. Very, very sad. So the CISD is here. The first CISD is here. And that means that this high is the sweepable. So we needed to sweep that. So nothing there. And then the CISD after is here. But there's no high to be sweepable after that. So there's nothing here. This news high is not a sweepable because there's no low here. If this was a low, high, lower, low, I guess this would be a sweepable. But because there's no low, high, low, then there's still no sweepable. So we're just kind of still waiting for this to, do its thing. Like me and Bess talked about PDL. GG by course. Yeah, you did. Everyone like there's a giveaway. There's definitely not a giveaway. But yeah, I really wanted the highs to get ran. I mean, that was the most ideal thing for me, but you have to adapt whenever the chart tells you clearly like we're not going there, you know? The thing that would cook me the most is the chart tells me we're not going there, and then I'll go and still think we're going there over and over and over until I just absolutely cook the account. And then I would see a drop like this, and I'm like, oh, we just hit that valid BISI, and I'll go and buy that blindly. Like it's just, it was just silliness that I used to do. Giving away fire info daily. Thank you, Weezy. But yeah, this is a pretty easy short. I just didn't have anything per model on the higher time frame stuff to be able to show you guys that entry, and that's what I'm streaming. So yeah, I definitely had a short available otherwise. I just can't show that on stream. I'll just leave that right there. Yeah, so at this point, because it's dropped so much, there's no way I would buy anything, right? All this stuff is too old already, so I can delete that. I don't really need that much anymore. Don't need this, it's too old. Don't need that label, that's too old. Don't need this, don't need this. The 1 hour thing, it's fine to be there. What other labels don't I need? That's fine. That's still fine on the 15-minute. Don't need that. 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 Well, yeah. So the only option for me to play for the rest of the day would be for us to get some sort of high. Make it a sweepable high specifically. For us to then sweep that high, and then I can get short after that. Otherwise, I'll have to stay flat for a while. I will have to force, the later we get into the day, I will have to force a trade because this Tradeify account literally expires today. So I need 3R, I believe, to pass it. So I will have to force a trade later. So we'll see if I have to do like a lower time frame trade today. I really hope I can just find a regular trade because I don't want to have to do a trade just because. Oh, another good reason, I forgot to mention this too. Another good reason why this is a pretty good target, because there's a 1 hour breaker right here. Yeah, it happened on here on the 1300 candle. And then we made this 1 hour sweepable. So although that's where I bought from originally, at the time that I bought, that sweepable wasn't a sweepable. Okay. It was going to become a sweepable, but for it to become a sweepable, what does it need? And it's a high. So it's high, low, high, or low, high, low for it to be a sweepable to the downside. So if it's high, low, high, it needs to create a high, which it already had, low, and then it needs to go and create a high. Without the high, then there's no sweepable. That confirmed. So he made the low here. He made this high. This candle opens up lower then, and then it goes up higher. I was sleeping at this time, so there was no way for me to change my mind once I was in the trade. But either way, it needs to make a high, low, high. Usually it's not going to be 2 candles. So this, up move to me made a lot of sense to then go lower. And if we are going to be bullish, we take that low, we sweep it, and then we go up the hourly. That could have happened. But yeah, it's more likely to just be swept and either become a breaker to the downside. If it's not that, obviously it'll be this. But price wants to get down here. It's a long story short. If you're bearish, you want this to become the breaker. If you're bullish, you want this to be swept to then grab the liquidity and go up higher. So either way, there is a point of interest here in this zone to essentially go lower. So that's another reason why I'm, totally cool with attaching myself onto the short bias once I knew that the 15-minute and the 5-minute were cooked. And yeah, we have this sweepable here on the 4 hour that's available. Now, once we sweep that, I very highly doubt that we're going to tap in and then just absolutely explode to the upside. That's very rare to see. So what's more likely to happen is we'll come down, we'll go like this, we'll move sideways, we'll make a sweepable, we'll sweep that, we'll dig lower, and then once we have enough structure to make an hourly reversal, then that's when we'll start looking for higher prices. But as far as the hourly candle, what I expect is on the hourly candle, I expect something more along the lines of, once we get below here, this is going to be straight candles. So it's going to have to make some sort of high. So one of the candles needs to open up above the other one. And then once it does that, it needs to have a swing low. If it doesn't have a swing low, what's going to happen is price is just going to do this. And because the swing low gets erased, it's just going to be a straight line like this. You'll have a high, but there's going to be no low. So it erases everything, and it's just a straight down line. Intel forever. Like, until it actually makes a low. Then it makes a high again. Then it goes lower to then create the potential breaker to the upside. So, yeah. Wizzy, I'll read your DM in just a second. Let's mark 9:30. Yeah, ain't nothing to do on that one, honestly. Ain't nothing to do. And I was checking GC just now just to see if I could get maybe something on GC. GC is just the same. Ain't nothing to do on there either. All right, let's see what's going on with the charts. Yeah, GC got literally no way I can play that. So we're gonna ignore GC for the rest of the day. We can have this as a sweepable now. We'll see if we can get a play off that later. Oops. And I meant to put bullet 2, meant to put bullet 1.
While it's increasingly uncommon,
Oh.
unfortunately, sometimes you
Gotta watch that YouTube video. All right, I'm done with breakfast. We got a good stretch in. We're about to sweep the 4-hour sweepable. What a drop, man. What a drop. Very, very, very nice. Thank you, baby. I got my coffee. It's time to wake up. Wake up, wake up. It's what you call a sweepable, the same thing as a swing high, swing low. Have any material about it, bullet 1 and bullet 2. Yeah, Leo, it's on my YouTube channel. Go to the free mentorship I'm doing. I explained everything what I'm talking about. Yes, a sweepable will be a swing high or a swing low, but it's in a very specific way that it needs to print. If it doesn't print in that one specific way, it's not a sweepable. It's just a high and low, and there's a million highs and lows in the market, so it wouldn't really help you if you just do a breaker after a swing high or a swing low. It's taken. That's too vague, and it would give too many signals. So the win rate on that would be really bad. All right, we got 930 right around the corner. We did take the low here, so these projections are no longer valid. We'll go ahead and eliminate that. This shouldn't hold for any longer, to be honest. So let me double check. We didn't even get to 2.5 on that. I guess it could. I guess potentially it could. Let me just set up. Well, no, it's the 4-hour sweep. Okay, yeah. So never mind. Never mind. This definitely shouldn't hold any longer. So we definitely should see that low. And then after that, I'm hoping for a pullback. Ideally, okay, what I would love for NQ to do is for us to sweep here first, then create the breaker down. So then I could potentially get on that short. But I'm only willing to take that short if that short becomes an A+. If it's not an A+, I'm not taking it. And what I mean by A+ is the grading on the breaker. To understand it better, you can go and watch the YouTube series. I believe it's class 3, I want to say, which is what I uploaded Monday, I believe. What's up, Eric? Morning. If if we would have shorted the sweep high yesterday when we were watching the action together and held short, we would have been good. Shoulda, woulda, huh? Nah, not really, Eric. Oh, actually, I already made a pivot video. I just did that this morning. Okay, so there's a pivot bias way to mechanically pivot. So yeah, go and watch it. It's kind of hard to explain it. Like, there's just so many if this happens and that happens, and sometimes it's gonna come down to a little bit, a very, very tiny bit of discretion. Like, I might take that trade because I'm comfortable with the risk. You might not take that trade because you're not comfortable with the risk, but it doesn't mean you should have, and it doesn't mean I shouldn't have. There is some trades that definitely like are just silly, they're dumb. And then there's trades that are okay, you can take that. I understand why you took it. But look at this extra detail next time and see if you make that same decision type deal. But it doesn't mean it's necessarily wrong to have taken it. So yeah, the pivot to shorts yesterday was definitely there based on rules. Um, I was just too thirsty for the buy, and I just wanted to see the target that I was looking for. I wasn't really trying to get short, and there also wasn't really valid shorts for the 5-minute time frame to go off of. So We got the same scenario as yesterday morning with that breaker, right? Question mark. What scenario, Ollie? Because I'm not taking it long, if that's what you're asking. I'm taking a short. I'm waiting for this to get swept so I can take a short. Unfortunately, 930 is here. So I would really dislike to take a short with a 930 confirmation. Those are usually not the greatest, to be very honest. It could happen, I guess. Yeah, it could happen, I guess. I'll get my order ready. Well, never mind. Thing is quick. Yeah, I'll get my order ready. Because it is valid. I would like it to be bullet 2, preferably, to be honest. But it is valid. What is that? 307.50. 275.75. 275.75. And yeah, we'll take this to 2 at the very least, if not 4. I've not entered yet. I'm just waiting for it to confirm. All right. Limit order is set. All right, cool. The breaker long at 9:30 you took yesterday. No, it's not the same scenario, Ollie. It's not the same scenario at all. Yesterday I was bullish bias because I had a reason to be. Today I'm not bullish bias. I'm bearish. So not the same setup. This is gonna very likely gonna go straight through and it's gonna keep on dropping. It may take this high one more time, and then it will give a new short one more time, which would be second bullet, and I would be taking that short as well. I would be willing to take 2 bullets on this idea. Let's see if it plays out. Alrighty. We are in the trade. Let's see how it goes. So this is, let me mark it as bullet 1. Like so. And then if it gets swept again, then I'll mark this sweep as bullet 2. I need roughly 3K, like 2.9. 2.9K, so like give or take right around here. So much I need to actually pass the eval that I'm working on, which is the one that I have on the screen. I did copy trade this into everything, so I did take this on the funded accounts as well. So this is an all-in trade for everything I have. And again, I'm willing to take 2 bullets. So if this gets stopped out, I'm willing to take 1 more bullet after that. And then if that gets stopped out, then I would be forced to be done for the day on Funded. I will have to keep trading this Tradify because I'm literally forced to trade the Tradify today because I have to blow it up or it needs to pass today. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I definitely hate taking 930 trades because for the most part, the first breaker that comes straight out of the 930, if it's a 930 initial candle, tends to be manipulation. So, you know, I'm not very optimistic about this trade. Like, I honestly would imagine we're probably going to sweep 1 more time and then go after that. But, you know, it could definitely just go right away. So I'm willing to take it sometimes. Sometimes I'm not. It just honestly depends on the context. Like, we're super bearish and I have a clear target, which is this 4-hour sweepable. So at the very least, we can get down here. Once it gets down there, like, we can do whatever else. But I want to be aggressive to get at least this target. That's why I'm willing to play, because I want to get that target ideally. Which I haven't checked Discord for a while. I don't know if anybody's talked in Discord. No, nobody's talked in Discord. All right, bet. Bet. Baby, you need help? Oh, again, baby. Ah, baby, I know you're struggling. All right, I'll be back, folks. My baby boy, he hurt his arm yesterday and he's been struggling, so I'll be right back. Oh, shoot. I wasn't talking on the stream. Gosh, dang. All right, stream. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to restart the whole thing over here because I thought I was talking on stream. Yo, Weezy, I appreciate that, man. Sorry about that. All right, so starting over. This is the Tradify. As you can see, if I hit all accounts, you can see all my accounts. This is the eval. Sorry, I just pop that open. This is the eval that I passed already. So it's not a failed account. I just want to make sure it shows that it's not a failed account. But this is the 150K that we've been talking about. And I just want to make a comparison between last week and this week. As you can see, this is last week, me not following the plan for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Thursday was GC, and it was a brand new asset that I literally did almost no research on the day prior. So I just want to compare the, in contrast, you know, when I'm not following the plan. This is a fine day, but even then I took an extra 2 trades, and this is fine. And even then, again, I took an extra 2 trades. So it's still outside of my quote unquote regular plan. I think one of this is GC as well. Yeah, GC and GC here. So outside of the plan, right? But then this week you compare, and this is all with the plan. MNQ, all MNQ as well. And this is actually the plan, but this is me wilding out yesterday. I don't take more than 2 bullets per day. I mean, I've told you guys that already. Many times I preach 2 bullets, but look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullets yesterday, right? So way more than you definitely would need, and way more than I suggest anybody ever does. It was clearly rushed because I was trying to pass the account yesterday because I thought it would die yesterday unless I actually passed it. But then I talked to them and they said that that's not the case. It actually dies today if I didn't pass it. So yeah, so we'll be good. But then today we got the overnight trade right here. This is the long I took yesterday, well, last night. And then this is the short that I just took today to finish out the account. So yeah, I just want to contrast what that looks like when I'm not following the plan versus what it looks like when I'm actually following the plan. This account, I try to rush, I'll be honest, many times. So I went okay for the first 2 days, right? The first day, couple losses, it was fine. But then this day, I come back, I follow the plan, I do what I need to do. Bam, I'm fully back, I make a bunch of money. But then after that, I'm like, all right, cool. And look at this. Hella losses because I'm trying to rush it so I can start a new series. I basically announced to the students that I was going to do, what's your risk on this account? The risk on the account was $500. Or, well, 10% of the current available drawdown. So it's starting off at $500, and then I would reduce it depending on what was, you know, the available drawdown. But yeah, so I announced to the private students that I was going to do for them this account, and I was going to show them how I can run this up to $50,000 worth of profit, and basically, you know, let them follow along so they can study all my trades and whatever. So I got excited about that, and then I rushed to the next day. Hella losses again outside of the model, not okay. Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna need to slow down. Couple losses, couple wins, broke even, finished off the day. A win, few losses, slow down, and then I go back to normality, right? My winners, bam, bam, winners, bam, bam, and then I'm like sitting still on the account for a little bit. It's just going back and forth. Again, I'm rushing, you can tell, because I'm getting more than 3 losses per day again. Because I'm out of drawdown, I'm getting anxious. And I'm like, okay, cool. It's right there. Let me just get it done. And every time I go, let me just get it done, I don't get it done. Not because I cannot find trades, and not because I don't know what to do, and not because I don't have a plan, but because the emotion of me trying to rush causes me to take low probability setups that I know for a fact are low probability setups. It's not that I don't know. When I take a loss and I was thirsty, I'm never, oh, I wonder why I lost. Never, ever, ever, ever. I know why I lost, because I was thirsty and I was looking for something that wasn't there. And that's the reality of it. You can say that you lost because of probabilities, and you can say that your trade was worth the risk and blah, blah, blah. And you can sugarcoat that you messed up however you want to. But reality is, most traders are taking trades that they know for a fact are low probability, and they're still taking it just because they're trying to get into a move, because they've been sitting on their chair the whole day and they've been waiting for something. Something shows up, it's trash, and they still go and take it. Okay, that's the reality. Just being honest here. that's not you, congrats. But for the most part, most traders struggle with that, where they're just taking trash trades, but then they justify it because they say, oh, it's worth the risk. It's not. It's not worth the risk. If you know it's higher chance to fail than win, it doesn't matter that the RR was higher on that trade. Like, it's just not worth the risk. And I've talked myself into taking trades not even long ago. Like, I still talk myself into taking certain trades some days. Like, for example, matter of fact, today, like this long here, crap, where's the long? This long here, it's a trade that I definitely talked myself into. Why? It's a 1 candle high and low, making the breaker. That's horrible. I never take that. No IFVG, no BC. The blue candle is an inside candle, technically speaking, because from the swing low here to this swing high, which is the manipulation leg before it dips, it's an inside candle. So this is a B setup by default, and I'm taking a B setup. Like, I definitely talked myself into this trade because I was just trying to get a little bit of profit. I didn't even need to go far. I only need to go like up here to literally just push a little bit, and I would have TP. So this is not a trade that I would ever take on my funded accounts, and I didn't take it on my funded accounts. So, you know, if I'm not willing to take it on my funded accounts, that's for a reason. That's because I know in the back of my head, this trade is trash and I shouldn't be taking it, but I still took it. Did I take any of these losses yesterday on my funded account? When you guys saw me on stream buying here over and over? No, I didn't. None of my funded accounts took this trade. I literally took off the copy trader in the morning. I said, I'm taking off the copy trader and, you know, I'm just going to trade the eval. Why? Why didn't I take any of the longs here? Because I already knew all these longs were doggy. Like, they were crap. It wasn't going to be good. Okay. Now, this one is actually a really good long. The only reason why I didn't take it is because at this time, I'm already cooked. Like, I've been up. Well, yesterday I was up since like 3 or 4 a.m. And so I'm like, okay, maybe my analysis could be wrong, whatever. Let me just take the trade. I know it's pretty high probability for me to at least get 4 or 5 R out of this trade. Maybe even pass the eval with that trade overnight. So let me go ahead and take that. But yeah, stop talking yourself into trades that are complete trash just with the justification of, oh, it's worth the risk. It was worth the risk. It's not. Okay. All right. So now let's contrast that to the new account, which is the 50K I just got. Oh no, this is the funded. Wait, no. Why is it not updated? Did my trade not close? Hold up. My bad. Why is it not updated? Why is it not updated? I don't get it. All right, well, it's not updated for whatever reason. I have no clue why it's not updated, but I almost passed it already. Let me take a screenshot of the yeah, let's do it like this. A second, guys. Okay, as you can see, number 3 is the end. As you can see, number 3 is the end. There's the same account. Balance is $52,858.88. I made $997.72 on the last trade that I just took right here. So this short right here made me almost $1,000. That's my one and only trade for the day on the account. I have no clue why it's not updated yet. I mean, I even refreshed, so I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I just want to contrast like when I follow the plan versus when I don't follow the plan, right? Like this right here, 4R. This right here, yesterday, 1.1K. That's 5.1, well, 5.5R net positive after taking 1 loss, right? And then today I'm already up 1,000, and I always had a $2,000 available drawdown. So the 2,000 that I'm up by, it's 5R already on the day. I've no clue why it didn't feel me as good on this account versus the other one. So it ended up making a little bit more money, but yeah. Anyways, super excited to bring you some of this stuff and just kind of showcase all of these things live, so people can see like I'm not just talking and stuff. I know on the Discord, I mean, I don't think anybody in the Discord has ever said anything negative about me in terms of trading ever. At least I've never heard anybody question me, but I do want to show some stuff publicly. I'm honestly really paranoid about online stuff, so I don't want to show too much, but I want to do like small accounts and that sort of thing that I can showcase to people, so that at least the people who are learning from me and who are trying to truly do what I do know that I'm not giving them fake information or whatever. So anyways, super excited. I gotta get off already for today. I won't be trading anymore, so you guys won't see me post another trade later or anything. I only need 150 bucks for this account, which I definitely can find another 150 bucks later. Yo, what's up, Clutch? I definitely can find another 150 bucks later with another trade, but I literally have to do stuff with the fam, and my kids are not my baby boy's not feeling well. My wife needs some rest, so I'm gonna take over for a little bit. I'm gonna be super dad, and then we'll be back tomorrow. I'll be looking forward for the Friday upload on the series. Make sure you guys go and study the update I did yesterday. It basically talks about pivot points, and today was a perfect example of a pivot point. I already explained this earlier on the stream, but once the 5-minute failed and the 15-minute failed twice, then now I understand the pivot point is to go short. I called PDL, previous day low, before previous day low was anywhere near. I was on Discord, and literally my mentor and a couple other people said I was crazy for calling PDL previous day low when we were like up here. But I was very confident on it. I said it on stream, then we go for it. And then I typed this way after. I said, waiting for 5 minutes to make a sweepable sweep, and then I'll take the first breaker down. And that's exactly what happened. I said this way ahead of time. You got the sweep. This breaker is outside candle plus 1 point. IFVG plus 1 point. CB plus 1 point. That's 3 points already. This is an A setup by default. So, I mean, it literally, it's everything I needed to be. And then it closed on the first time. Plus 1 more point. That's 4 out of 4. It goes to 4 standard deviations. That's what I target for. And yeah, like I didn't hindsight any of this. It was all live. I typed it out way ahead of time, so I'm not switching my plan in the middle of the thing or whatever. Like, it's all planned out, but it's not that I'm doing magic. I'm just literally following the model that I created with the help of God, and that's it. That's it. But all right, guys, thank you for coming to the stream. I appreciate you guys for showing up. Leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m.